Hi everyone, and welcome to something a little bit different. Over the last few weeks, we've done a few of these kinds of things where we sit down and chat about festivals and stuff like that. But it's brand new today because there's more than two of us. So we're joined today by Izzy
Hi.
and Sam down there.
So,
And today we're going to be talking about the Slam Dunk announcement that's just come out. The first official lineup announcement for Slam Dunk 2024. So should we just go straight into the poster? Let's have a look at what we like, what we don't like. Spoiler alert, I'm not a fan.
I'm also not a fan, although it has grown on me since I've last looked at it. There's a few bands on there that I would genuinely like to see. It's just no one that gets me excited.
I think
yeah, I think
no,
yeah,
sorry, go on.
I think the headliners are a bit meh, but the rest of the lineup's really good. Well, I
Mhm.
think it's pretty good. I mean, Pale Waves, All American Rejects, Boys Like Girls, they're all appealing to me at least.
Yeah. So the headliners are You Me at Six, and I assume it's I Prevail. Is it the other one?
I would imagine so.
Yeah.
Looks like it. I really like Hyperveil.
So do I.
I'd definitely go to see them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, we saw them at Download this year, didn't we? And they were great there.
Hmm.
But You Me at Six, like we saw them headline Trees in 2022, and we fell asleep, didn't we?
Yeah, not just us as well. Us four laid down and had a little nap, and then we opened our eyes, looked to the side, and about four other people had also laid down next to us and had a nap. And then the guys behind us are shouting, "Oh, they're so boring! All these people have fallen asleep."
I
thing
just
with Yumi at Six is that they are kind of like they're kind of ingrained in the culture of Slam Dunk. They've headlined it and
Hmm.
been at the festival for so long. If they don't
yeah.
headline it, they're there as punters. They're just kind of the go-to for Slam Dunk.
I
Yeah.
guess, but it's not just Slam Dunk. It's kind of I like Yumi at Six. Don't get me wrong, but I'm kind of sick of having them at every single festival.
Mm.
There are other bands.
It's like there's a bit of an oversaturation there, isn't there? There's like
Mm.
if the same bands, it's like I love Skindred, but if Skindred play Download again this year, I'm sorry, that's just too much.
Mhm.
You know.
Again, they're one of those bands that I'd only see if they don't clash with anyone else,
Mm.
and I don't get excited over seeing them.
I
No,
mean,
I mean they've got a few good songs that obviously hit the nostalgia chords for a lot of people, but their kind of novelty wears off once you've seen them every single year. It's
yeah.
not so
Yeah.
much of like, oh yeah, it's a big 10-year comeback, and then it's okay, we're doing it again next year. Oh, okay, we're doing it again next year.
Mm.
Fringe
Hmm.
repeat.
So the way this year the two headliners were The Offspring and Enter Shikari, and then they kind of like most of the set times clashed. Does this mean that You Me at Six and I Prevail are gonna clash? Because in that case, I'd just go and see I Prevail.
Um, I'm really not sure because not is it not one of the other stages that are the other like main headliner, like the Interrupters?
I'll be honest, I've never listened to the Interrupters, so I don't know.
No revive, but
I
I
know they
think they might
supported
be the other
on Hella
one.
Mega.
Well, what? Sorry.
They supported on Hella Mega one of at least one of the days
Oh, did
that
they?
I know the info.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think they
Hmm.
have got a couple of songs you probably would know, but yeah, they're
Mm,
not massively on my radar either.
yeah. I mean, All American Rejects are another big name. I'd probably,
Yeah.
but then like, there's only like the one of those bands that were big for like a couple of years, and then they've got the two or three songs that everyone knows, and the rest of the set is just like, here's a song we released 5 years ago that nobody knows the words to, and I don't
I
know.
think for
Yeah, they
pop
are one
punk
of those
diehards,
bands where I only know two songs.
Mm,
yeah, I think for pop punk diehards, it's definitely people like that like All American Reject really, really like All American
mm.
Reject. But we've got a
Mhm.
few friends that are a bit like that.
I mean,
So it
Funeral
will
for a Friend
definitely
as well.
filter.
Or like, just underneath I Prevail. Funeral for a Friend are another one of those bands. Where like, yeah, they've got like a die-hard like core fan base, but I think I just missed I just missed the hype for them the first time round. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's a shame Jamie's not here because he'd be biting our heads off for even daring to speak out against Funeral for a Friend.
We've not said anything wrong about them. We're just saying we don't know a lot about them.
Mm. And then you got like, see, I like Asking Alexandria as well. You know, another
I
band that
really
just-
like their first album. But I mean, I've not seen them in a while, but last I heard, they don't really play their old stuff. They might be doing it again. And I'm not usually one of those people that's like, oh, I just want them to play their old stuff. But with Asking Alexandria, I'd say that's definitely the case for me. I just want to hear the first album.
Yeah. Mm.
And maybe The Black,
Yeah.
the song, that is.
Yeah. And then, but like, there's not that many bands I actually know, to be honest. I mean, even
I like Water Parks.
Mm.
I'm not a big pop punk person at all, which is funny because I love Slam Dunk, but usually you can go there without really liking pop punk. But Water Parks, even though they are pop punk, I really like them. I think they bring something a little bit different.
And then underneath,
This is where I think, yeah, look, go on.
no, I was gonna point out the elephant in the room underneath Water Parks. There is,
PayPal royalties.
yeah.
Yeah, we don't need to talk about that.
Yeah,
We can just brush right over.
we'll just go straight past
Yeah.
them. But like they
Yeah.
get, but just I will just say they're getting bigger and bigger, and I
I don't get it.
to use the Gen Z phrase, it gives me the ick.
Yeah.
Just
But-
gross.
But Bob Villain,
Then, how are you going to skip past Pale Waves?
because
I absolutely
sorry,
love
I just went
Pale
straight
Waves.
to Bob Villain. Just
I could tell you're obviously a big Bob Villain fan, but I
He's got
absolutely
that
love
Bob
Pale
Villain.
Waves.
sorry, go on. You talk about Pale Waves first. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I got massively into them just before Reading last year, and when I got to go see them at Reading last year, it was probably one of my favourite sets.
Yeah, you dragged us to see them.
Bar
didn't you?
maybe Pendulum. I did find the tallest. I went to my teenage roots and I found the tallest guy in the crowd and I asked him to put me on his shoulders. And
I mean, I enjoyed them at
I probably
Reading.
got some good
I'm glad
pictures.
that we came with you.
yeah, I think they're a really cool band. They've got some really good songs, and I think they fit the festival vibe really well as well. I think they'll have a good audience at Slam Dunk. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're not a band that I'd pay to go and see on a tour. That's what you say, like perfect festival band that you can just you've paid your money to get in, and if there's nothing else on at that time, like why not go and enjoy them?
Yeah, definitely worth
Yeah.
checking out if you go.
And then Bob Villain, obviously, I'm very excited for.
Bob Villain will be a good time.
Surprised that they're so low down.
And we'll see
though.
what they. Sorry?
Surprised that they're so like low down on that because they are getting quite big now. Obviously, they were massive.
I
At
don't
Trees
know,
this
but
year.
are they bigger than Palais Royale and
Mm.
Pale Waves and Water Parks?
Yeah, maybe that's my bias creeping in.
I think so,
'Cause
yeah.
I listen to them like every day.
I wonder if they're gonna do anything crazy at Slam Dunk that stops them being allowed back following years.
Well, I mean, they broke the stage at 2000 Trees, and they had them on twice this year. So
Yeah, that's
It's a
true.
different stage, yeah. It's
Yeah.
new. Obviously, the forest stage was built new, wasn't it? So they knew it had sturdy foundations.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So what about these other two stages? The Interrupters, Goldfinger, Pennywise stage. Is that like the? Can't remember the name of it. But it's like the Scar stage kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'm
that's
almost
the
never
Drunken
bothered about that
Pumpkin
stage.
Drublic, isn't it?
Mm.
Yeah, I think that's one. It would have been good to have Shane on for that one because he's probably going to spend most of his time there. He's a big fan of the old ska punk. But yeah, I mean, the Pumpkin Drublic stage is normally it's a much more chilled out, kind of relaxed vibe. It's not going to be quite as moshy
Yeah.
as some
I'm
of the
gonna
other
go
stages
see
are
the
gonna be.
Skints on that stage. The Skints are awesome.
Oh, we
Yeah,
saw the
again-
I'll
Skins,
give them
didn't
a
we?
go.
We saw the Skins in was it 2021? Was it
Wait, which festival?
at Slam Dunk when we like they were like at the bottom of the hill and we sat there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and we were just like having a drink and a bit of a chill, and it was a nice vibe. Was that the Skints that we watched then?
It was, yeah. Yeah, they're really nice.
Yeah.
I like whenever they're on at festivals, I like just getting a drink, sitting down, and watching them
Yeah.
on the floor. It's always nice, catch my breath a bit.
Yeah. Because that's it. Like that day, especially when we went in 2021, didn't we see like 17 bands in about 10 hours?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
non-stop. The only time we had kind of a chance to relax for a moment is when we saw the Skints.
Yeah. Compare that to this year when we hardly get to see anyone.
Yeah.
And then who else
We
there?
wanted to, just couldn't get to anyone.
And then who else there? The Wonder Years, Mom Jeans. Again, like bands that you guys probably listen to a lot more than I do.
I
Oh, I
mean,
don't.
I listened to a little bit of Wonder Years pre-Trees, and I went to go see them at Trees with Jamie, who obviously loves them
Mm.
as their that Midwest emo pop punk kind of band. Um, and they seem like a band that would be really good if you knew the songs. Like they're definitely a sort of a sing-along kind of band.
Mm.
Mhm.
So I mean, I enjoyed it. I had a good time, but obviously Jamie was screaming his heart out, and I was kind of standing there with my beer nodding my head, like trying to have
Was
a good
that
time.
was that the band you went to see from the VIP platform this year at Trees?
No, I don't think I ever made it up onto the VIP platform
Oh,
in
right.
the end.
Or was that who you
I
saw
just
when it was
I
raining?
think I used it to cut through. I think that was about as used it to cut through into the main arena. That was about
But it
it.
was that the band when it was pouring down?
No, that was 100 Reasons. That was the
Ah,
one with
right, yeah.
Rao.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, like
Yeah.
maybe it's just I don't know, like it's not a lineup that jumps out to me, but a lot of people online are saying like, "Oh, this is like such a good lineup."
I
I
mean,
mean, I
Georgie
think
will
if you
kill me
like
if I
pop
don't
punk,
mention. Yeah, I think Georgie will kill me if I don't mention LS Dunes as well. Because obviously we've got Franco Hero,
Mhm.
Who's
who will
this?
be making LS Dunes. That's Frank's band,
Oh,
or
is
one of
it?
Frank's
Oh,
bands.
okay.
Yeah. So Georgie will definitely be attending that one. I
Mm,
probably will be if they don't clash with anyone. I'll probably go see what's popping.
yeah. The downside to this as well is about obviously Slam Dunk is north and south. You're doing south, aren't you, Sam?
Yeah, I think I've done both years now for a couple of both years, both sites for a couple of years now, and I'm getting a little bit too old to deal with the travel and then doing a whole other day of drinking.
Yeah.
I don't think it was
It's a lot.
quite as bad if when Leeds was first, um, because Hatfield is very flat. The site is very flat.
Mm,
Leeds is not. There's a lot of hills, and I was definitely feeling it in my legs after doing like 30K steps the day before, then having to do that up and down a hill the same
mm.
day again. And there was a lot of walking because it was trying to find
Mhm.
food, trying to find toilets, all that kind of thing. So I
Yeah.
think I'll be limiting myself to South this year,
Mm.
but you
And
never
then
know. We'll
the other
see.
thing as well is like obviously you've got to then get home again from Leeds.
Yeah.
Whereas like if you get home from Hatfield, that's like nothing. But
Yeah. So I mean, a lot of people had problems getting out of the car park last year
mm,
in South, but I actually didn't realize anybody had any problems until I woke up the next day because we'd already pre-booked a minibus to pick us up and drop us off at a predestined location. So we got in and out, no issues.
must
So
be
yeah, I would
nice.
definitely recommend doing the same thing if you do decide to go to Hatfield
Yeah,
South
must be nice getting away from
Standard
Slam
this year.
Dunk less than 3 hours.
Yeah, my Leeds experience was definitely to the contrary.
Yeah. Well, we've spoken extensively about those issues, and if you want to go and check that video out, you can do. I'll put it in the description down below. So what do we think then in terms of like value for money? Because there's been a bit of a controversy. They put the prices up this year. Um,
Mm,
the early bird ticket, which is only available until the 10th of November, I believe, is £109, and then after that it goes up
The
to
early bird's 109. I
yeah,
haven't seen the prices
yeah.
yet.
So
That's
the early
insane.
bird for the day is 109, and then it goes up to 120 after that. If you went to Slam Dunk this year, they've given you the option to get like a discount. All you need to do is put your email address in when you go through the booking process,
Mhm.
and you get a discount. Now, I think a lot of people were saying, I'm sure somebody said it was 30%, but when I tried to go through the system and put it in, it knocked a tenner off. So it said £97, which is basically what this year's prices were. Um,
Mhm.
you can't use it for the VIP for some reason, I don't know. And yeah, and then on top of that, then you've got to pay the fees, so you're not really saving that much at all, really.
Yeah.
But I don't know,
Yeah.
going up by 20% in 1 year, even without the discount, just don't know, something doesn't
Yeah,
feel
considering
right.
the strength of the lineup and the kind of the names that they had last year, for this year to be even more, like, don't get me wrong, I know this lineup's not to everyone's taste, but there will be a lot of people that love it.
Mm,
But it's
Hmm.
not exactly screaming at me like that's an A-list name. That's going to be an expensive band to get onto the lineup.
mm. It's like
So
Download this
yeah, it
year.
does feel a bit.
Yeah, like Download this year cost more because it was Metallica for 2 days. That's why you paid like an extra £100.
Hmm.
And if like say instead of Yumi at 6, it was like a Fall Out Boy or a Green Day, then yeah, like add an extra 30, 40 quid on and I'll pay it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I mean,
I don't think it's.
if they've actually taken everyone's feedback to heart and they actually do reinvest this money into putting on like a really good festival, then maybe it'll be
Mm,
worth it.
Yeah.
mm,
So, yeah, if they make it so there's more toilets, there's more food vendors, you know, etc.,
mm.
and it ends up being back to how I remember Slam Dunk being an actually enjoyable experience,
So
Hmm.
then
do you mean like the lineup's taking a dip this year so they can focus on that financially? Do you mean or?
potentially,
Mm,
I don't know if that's a conscious decision, but that might be have something to do with the price hike.
mm,
Is that they need to put all of these facilities in place. They need to get more staff. They need to do all of this. That
yeah.
might be a reason. And like I said, if that does pay dividends, then it ends up, being night and day compared to last year. Maybe it's worth it because like
Mm,
it's such an important day in the calendar for the alt community. It would be
Hmm.
horrible if it does eventually die.
yeah. I mean, it's the first festival of the season, isn't it? It's like I know
Oh
I've only
yeah, it
been,
kicks off festival season.
yeah, like
Yeah.
I've only been 3 times, but you know, I was, I mean, before the problems this year, I was kind of the mindset that like, yeah, it's a day festival. It's the first thing of the year. Like, let's just go anyway. But I don't know. Like, as we talked about in the previous video, like if they can fix the problems and stuff, the only way that you're gonna know that they fix the problems is by actually going and experiencing it
Hmm.
again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I'll go to this one, regardless of the lineup. And
Mm,
I'd say regardless of the price hike. Obviously, if they did something completely bonkers, then I wouldn't pay it. But I can afford just about what they're saying it's going to be.
mm,
I want to make sure that it's got better and it's a good day. I don't want my last ever slam dunk to be that horrible one this
yeah,
year.
yeah,
So hopefully they get it sorted. It's a nice day out, and then I potentially just keep going each year. But if next year turns out to be a bit crap as well, then I'm probably done with slam dunk. It'd have to be an amazing lineup to get me going again if next year
mm,
doesn't turn up.
yeah. I mean, we said in the other video, didn't we, Izzy, that like if you make a mistake, it's okay, it's a mistake and whatever.
Mhm.
If it happens twice, then it becomes a pattern, and that's when you know that there's a
Yeah,
problem. Um,
yeah, exactly.
but yeah, I mean, I'll probably end up going. You know, I might even get it on the payment plan, which is only like £15 a month or something like that, which is more than manageable. Um,
You say that, but if you're doing 4 different festivals on payment plan, you're basically paying a slam dunk ticket every month.
yeah, true. Because at the minute I am paying the Download and 2000 Trees,
Yeah.
probably Leeds Fest if the rumours are true as well.
Hmm.
But yeah, it. I mean, I get like cost of living, everything's more expensive, but when you're adding 20% on in one go, like of course people are going to have issues with that.
I
Hmm.
think as well, it's a festival that you kind of get into when you're relatively young, or at least I did,
Mm,
and not everybody, not every 18-year-old has access to that kind. I mean, it might not seem a lot to everybody, but to somebody who's on minimum wage, that's quite a lot of money that they're
mm,
forking
Oh
out every
yeah.
month.
yeah,
So
because
it kind of
it's
it
not just the
does.
ticket, is it? Like
No, it's
the return shuttle bus from Leeds to the site is £14.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And then your food and drink on top of that, and then if you're not from Leeds or you don't live local, or Hatfield as well, sorry, like that, it's a hotel as well. So £100 ticket turns into nearly 300 quid.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, the
It's an
shuttle
expensive
bus
day out.
from or Hatfield goes through London. So if you're not living in London or you can't get there in another way, then you're paying for a travel car to get into London as well, just to get the
Mm,
shuttle bus, which is another
Yeah.
£14. So
yeah.
it has made it a little bit less accessible for quite a lot of people, which is a shame.
Mm,
Part of the appeal of Slam Dunk, at least for me, is the fact that I do get to see kind of all my friends from all over that all kind of converge at one point
mm.
that enjoy the
Mhm.
Well,
day.
now if you don't come north, you don't.
Watching friends. Was that?
Not if you don't come north, you don't get to see us, do you?
You're not my only friends. I'm sorry. I'm sorry
What?
to say, but
How dare you have other
I
friends,
haven't.
Sam?
I haven't said I'm definitely not coming to Leeds yet either. To be fair, but we'll,
So,
we'll see. We'll see how it pans
the
out.
power of
If
I
persuasion.
won't blame you if you don't.
yeah, I'm not gonna promise I will, but I'm not gonna promise I won't
Mm.
either.
I mean, I say
Mm.
that I definitely wouldn't go to Hatfield, so I can't really complain about you not coming to Leeds. So
Yeah,
yeah.
that's fair.
So are we
Yeah.
Thing
definitely?
is, I actually,
Sorry, go on.
yeah, that I actually enjoy going up Leeds very occasionally,
Mm.
going up north, whereas you absolutely despise going anywhere near the M25. So
Yeah.
Hey, I go down there frequent. I'm from there. I got
you just never
family
come
I'm
there.
and
the
see
only I'm
us.
the only northerner here.
Yeah, that's true.
Although
You're the minority.
Izzy does technically live further north than me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Politics come into play.
Haven't got your northern passport yet, though, have you? Are we definitely going to go, regardless of like price or anything?
Yeah,
I'd say there's
I'm
an 80 to 90% chance of me going.
Mm.
I'm 100% going. There's enough bands on there, like I said, for me to warrant spending the money to go and see it. It's a nice day out for me. I really enjoy it. It's
Mm.
always close to my birthday weekend as well, so I normally try and make a bit of fun out of that
Yeah.
as well.
Mm. That's it. I mean, like,
I definitely.
was it 2022 when Slam Dunk played, when Sum 41 played? Was that?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, like, there wasn't really that many bands that day that I wanted to see, and I had a great time. So
Yeah, I'm. I mean, there wasn't that many that I wanted to see, but I ended up going to see them anyway, and that's actually how I ended up falling in love with Electric Callboy.
mm.
I was kind of
Hmm.
I never really gave them the chance before. Went to go see them live, had an amazing time,
Yeah.
and that's kind of that's what Slam Dunk's always really been about.
Mm.
Yeah.
Speaking of Electric Callboy, sorry if you're wondering why there's no beard and there's just the tash. That's the next video coming. Sorry to give the game away. I look like Dr. Eggman there. Look.
You do a little bit. That
Yeah.
should be your cosplay.
Yeah.
Keep it.
Oh no, this is coming off after Halloween. So who else do we think, or do we want to see get announced? Because obviously this is only the first wave of bands. Who else?
I mean, somebody I'd love to see would be Youth Fountain again after last year. I got to see. Sorry.
You okay?
I got to see one song because that wasn't necessarily travel issues. That was more the fact that people issues trying to get them out of the pub first thing in the morning meant that unfortunately I missed the first band of the day, which was the band I was most excited to see. So if Youth Fountain could be there again this year, that would be
Mm.
fantastic.
Hmm.
What about you? Is
A lot of the bands I'd want to see at Slam Dunk played last year.
mm.
I think I'd like Vicovi to be there again because I missed them this year
Mm.
because of the whole shuttle bus taxi issue.
Yeah.
They were on too early. They were on before 12 o'clock, I think, or just after 12, and stood in the shuttle bus queue for like 2 hours.
Yeah. That's the. Didn't some of the bands miss it this year as well? Didn't some of the bands get stuck in traffic as well?
Yeah, so I think
Um,
Sam from Wargasm was supposed to come on stage for a Scene Queen set, and
Mhm.
they missed it, so they
Mm.
had to get
Oh my God.
get someone else. Yeah, that's
Mm.
a bit of a bummer.
I'd like to see a bit more like, because this is very I don't want to say poppy, but like all the bands that have been announced so far, like there's no. Correct me if I'm wrong. I haven't listened to every single band on there, but it doesn't feel like there's any like. There's no like Blood Youth or like Loathe.
You won't get Blood
or-
Youth again.
No, not them specifically, but do you mean like a Loathe or someone a bit heavier? Do you know what I mean?
We could do with a heavier band on that lineup.
Mm,
I'd say Malev, but we've just had them this year. But
Yeah.
someone along those lines would be good.
and Malev are a Bloodstock exclusive this next year as well.
Yeah.
Mm.
So
I mean,
we
Bad
can rule out
Omens,
Malev,
maybe.
Slam Dunk.
yeah. Do you know who I'd
Bad
love to
Omens be
see?
too big for Slam Dunk? Yeah, go on.
Malev. Malev might be.
No, I mean,
don't know.
Bad Omens about it.
I
wonder
think
if they might be
they'd
too big.
headline now, wouldn't they? Because they're massive on TikTok.
Yeah, yeah.
Someone else who I'd love to see, who I don't know if like, I don't think the headliners yet, but they definitely could be one day. Spirit Box.
Spirit Box.
Mm.
I
think,
to be honest, I think they probably could headline now. To be honest,
I
they've,
think
they've
they
had
could
a
as well.
massive couple of years.
Mm.
Hmm.
I think they would be a headliner if they
Yeah.
were to do Slam Dunk, but
Yeah.
I don't know if I could see them. I think that'd be a very kind of out of pocket play from Slam Dunk if they did ever do that. But I mean, I'd love it. I don't think they'd ever do it.
Mm. I mean, and the obvious one as well, Electric Callboy. I'd love to see them come back. But
I'm sure they will. They might do it. Actually, no. I think
do you think
they'd
they'd
need
headline?
a bigger slot than what's on offer.
Yeah. I think right now, like they're definitely Slam Dunk headliners in the next few years.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm. And if anybody else we want to mention or?
No, I just hope next year is better than this year. I mean, it shouldn't be difficult to do that.
I mean, we
We'll
gave it a
give-
1
we'll
out of
give
10, didn't
one
we?
more special mention. We'll give one more special mention. I would like to see Bad Rabbits come to the UK at some point. I think Slam Dunk would be a good festival for that.
Mm.
Hmm.
I don't listen to them, but I'm sure they're very good. I'll have to go and check them out.
Yeah, I mean, Rao's recently done a collaboration with them, so
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been a big fan of them for a few years.
Yeah. See, what's like the turnaround on Slam Dunk in terms of its headliners? Like, when will? Because like Don Broco was 2021. When's like the next minimum time they'd come back? Do you think?
I haven't really noticed the pattern with
Yeah.
Slam Dunk,
Mm.
No,
at least with the
I found
headliners.
I found it absolutely wild that the first time Shikari played was in 2017 when they did the 10-year anniversary tour for Take to the Skies.
Yeah.
Don't
That
remind
was
me.
their first.
Don't remind me that I missed that. Don't remind me.
That was my first Slam Dunk, and it was their first Slam Dunk, which I didn't realize. So
Mm.
yeah, they didn't return for 6 years.
Mm. So what?
Mm.
They've played it twice and only headlined both times.
That's wild to think because, Shikari are a very popular band with the Slam Dunk crowd.
Mm.
Almost everyone
I
loves
mean-
them.
They used to play the Forum all the time, which is in Hatfield Uni, which is where the Hatfield site used to be. So yeah,
Mhm.
I found it really really strange. But I mean, they've always been there as punters. You can normally find Rao knocking about, even if he's not playing, he'll be there.
He's just like
Yeah.
he just blends in, doesn't he? I mean, he does that at Trees as well. He's just there.
Yeah, he just sticks his cap on and he wears very kind of ordinary clothes
Mm.
when he's not on
Goes
stage.
incognito.
Yeah. Oh, if anyone is trying to make a decision between going to Leeds or Hatfield and you don't know which one is better, go to Hatfield because it's better.
Yeah, but if Leeds is on your doorstep, go to Leeds.
To counteract that,
Yeah,
Sam,
obviously.
me and Izzy are going to Leeds. So, which one is better?
I mean, you live closer to both of those. I'm saying if you have the choice and it is equidistant, or you're on the fence.
If you live in Leicester,
Yeah. If you live in Leicester, you have to pick sides.
if you live
your
in Leicester,
choice
you
will
could
be
go to the
remembered.
Midlands. Oh wait. So that was our thoughts on this year's first Slam Dunk Festival announcement. Who are you excited for? Who do you want to see? Or do you have a problem with it? Do you think it's a bit overpriced? Let us know down below. We've got a few more videos like this coming up because next week is the 2000 Trees announcement. And then the week after that is the big one. It's the Download Festival announcement. And then I think the week after that is the Leeds Fest announcement as well. So if you want to see more things like that, then subscribe down below. Let us know what you think of this lineup, if there's anybody else that you'd like to see on there. Thank you all for watching, and as always, we'll see you in the next one.